Blessings and joy, this is Seth. We are most gratified to be with you once again. Our channel has taken a break for his mental and spiritual health. It is our shared pleasure to return to you in this format once again, bearing you glad tidings for a new year, a new season, both by your calendar and for you, those who are watching, and a new season for this planet. You have heard us speak before on the era of the heart. This is in reference to the state of development, the current learning cycle for the human race. Every individual goes through their own learning cycles in each representative chakra. There are lessons to be learned and integrated, challenges to be overcome. But when we speak of the era of the heart, it is in relation to your role as a species in connection with the planet, who itself is on its own trajectory of evolution and development. The era of the heart is one of an increased connectedness between all human beings, sharing each other's joys, successes, struggles, and pain. Many have rejoiced at hearing that we have moved from the era of power into the era of the heart. But what we wish to communicate to you today is a bit of foreknowledge, a forewarning even, just a bit of a cautionary word that the era of the heart will come with its own unique challenges. The era of power was about the balance of power, hoarding power, lack of power, power structures, which you thoroughly explored for the last 7,000 to 10,000 years. It was an era that is mostly defined by your recorded history. But this era in which you are moving into, you will see in the human field of consciousness an increased awareness of one another. There will be those who develop psychic abilities and powers. Everyone is already psychic, but there will be those who astound with their level of perception. This is part of the energy that you are moving in now. But the era of the heart is primarily a time on this planet where your species, and you individually, will be exploring your relationships to yourselves, but as well as your relationship to the planet, your relationship to money, your relationship to those in power, your relationship to other groups that are different from yours, your relationship to sustenance, to the necessities of life, to money, your relationship to the pleasures of life. In every relationship, there is the potential for imbalance, for one partner to be doing all of the heavy work. There is a tendency to take advantage of the one who is providing you what you need. You must begin to examine your relationship with the planet, how you relate and coexist in a harmonious, mutually beneficial relationship. This has not been the case, as many, if not all of you are aware. But you can also explore your relationships with one another, removing the tribal and nationalistic identifiers and beginning to relate to different people groups more in tune with your own as well as those who are on seemingly the other end of the spectrum. There are many who seek guidance from guides such as myself, and they ask, when will I meet the love of my life? When will I reach that beautiful moment where my soulmate, my twin flame, enters my story, and that love story can begin? Yes, this is a wonderful thing. It is a beautiful, beautiful, blessed thing to begin a relationship with another soul being. But it is not without turbulence. It is not without challenge. It is an opportunity, again, for growth and development, to sharpen one another, to challenge one another, to learn from each other, to grow, to encourage and support. These are the same challenges that you face as a species. We are speaking primarily as to the human race and to the challenges that you will be facing. We ask that you reserve judgment outside of your own story, for each individual soul path is in the process of exploring the era of the heart in the way that is most beneficial for where you are at the present time. When you evaluate your soul path and your choices against another's, you can draw false conclusions, either negatively or positively, thinking, I'm doing very well. Look at how much better I'm doing than this other person that I know. Or you may think they are doing so much better than I. How could I possibly be as connected and committed and disciplined as they are? But that is not the questions you should be asking. In any area where you find yourself struggling, it is time now to ask yourself, what is my relationship to this area of my life, to this thing or this person or this resource? And what if this was another person? What would it be necessary to repair that relationship, to make sure that it is balanced, that there is an equal share of give and take, that there is a mutually beneficial component to that area of your life and your relationship to it? This is the lesson for today. We are again very gratified to be back with you once again, to be delivering these messages through our channel. We are very thankful to every being who has tuned in to listen to this message. Peace, blessings, and joy. This was Seth. We shall speak again soon. I am overjoyed to be back out in nature. The weather has finally started to clear up. We've had some wonderful rain, which actually last year, a group of healers, which I was a part of, did a healing for the rain cycle in California. We asked to heal the actual water cycle, and we've been seeing the fruits of that healing this winter for sure. We are making serious dents in the drought, and I wasn't able to come out and channel because the weather's been too wet. So I actually came out today looking for snow on the mountaintops, but all the roads to get up to the mountaintops are closed, either from the storms and the rain bringing things down, or from ice and snow, which is very different for this part of the country, part of the world. I hope that you were encouraged by today's message. I had been made aware that this was going to be our welcome back message. Thank you so much for your patience as I took a lengthy break. It was about 3 months, but it was very necessary so that I can continue to do these. I'm realizing that Universal and these messages, in order for me to find balance, I'm going to be releasing these in seasons. So we're going to call this Season 2 of Universal. But thanks so much for watching. Welcome back, and get ready for a whole summer and spring of messages. I'm just bursting with excitement, and I can't wait to share everything that Guidance has to share. And I have no idea, but I'm filled with energy and excitement, and I'm so happy to be back, and I'm so happy that you're here as well. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to reach out to me, you can do that through my website, universalreiki.com. Even when I'm on break, I am still operating that part of my business, so you can always reach out and ask for a healing, a reading, with one of the guides from this channel, you can just reach out and ask to chat. I'm happy to do that, and I love that. So thanks again, and I'll see you next time. This is Daniel Zafer-Joyce for Universal.